it's about leadership. And show of hands, where are my leaders in this room? Where are my leaders? Okay, you didn't raise your hand. You didn't raise. Okay, you got your hand up. Every hand should have went up in here. Every hand, when you ask about where my leaders at, everyone should put their hand up because everyone can be what?
A leader.
Everyone can be a leader. Now, just so we're on the same page about leadership, you probably thinking, what do you mean? How can I be a leader? I don't have what it takes to be a leader. Have you ever thought about why you're made the way that you're made? You ever thought about that? Why you got a big brain, some eyes, a voice, some hands, some muscles, some feet. Everybody ever thought about that before, why you got it? Let me tell you why you got it. Let's talk about the brain for a second. You have a brain for what? Unlimited potential and creativity. You have an eye for what? To have a vision and to see it through. You got a voice for what? To give compliments and to lift up others. You have shoulders for what? To carry the burden of responsibility. You have muscles for what? Strength and perseverance. Hands for what? Reach out and help each other. You have feet for what? To carry you down the road to success. So don't you not raise that hand because you got what it takes to be what? A leader. There you go. Don't you forget that. Don't you forget that. You got everything it takes to be a leader. So now, I'm going to talk a little bit about my story, if that's okay. A little bit about my story, and then we're going to go back to the leadership. I'm going to pull some stuff from my upbringing, right? Then we're going to go into leadership. So, let me start here with a couple of visuals. Hopefully you can see some of this. Here, let me bring this over for a second. So you saying, Jamal, who are you? How would you describe yourself at your age? 4. Grew up in a place called the Project, but y'all probably never heard of that before. Probably never, y'all never heard of that before, that word before, so I probably got the wrong group. No dad involved, no dad in the household. Mom almost passed away. She was a cancer survivor. That's my background growing up. That's my background. What y'all think about it? Anybody can relate to this? I just got a couple of hands though. Anybody else in the room can relate? Okay. So why do you think I'm sharing this with you? Why am I bringing this out? What's the importance of bringing this in? Because most of us in this room, right? Most in this room, just like me. Just like me. Same thing. Right? Same thing like me. Grew up in a single man household, lower income community. I have 3 sisters, or 2 sisters and 1 brother, 3 other siblings. We were always told we would never amount to anything. Not just from the outside, but some of our family members also said you never amount to anything. By the way, my mom didn't went to college, and my dad wasn't around. So if you looked on paper, right, if someone gave you a piece of paper and you never saw me before, and they told you this guy is poor, this guy grew up in the project, this guy's dad wasn't around, and his mom almost passed away, what would you say about the person? I'm listening. What would you say if you saw a piece of paper and they said, what would you say?
I would say they're strong.
I love it. Why would you say they're strong?
Because, like, you ain't got no baby, your mama almost dead, so your mama almost dead.
You probably didn't hear what he said, but he said some powerful words. He said, I would say that they're strong, and that's wisdom. You're absolutely right. Because what this does here, if you take it the right way, it builds character. It gets you ready. You're right. Because if you're not strong, you know what I'm going to say?
Oh, I'm poor, so I can't make it. Oh, I'm poor, so I can't make it.
I'm going to say what? I grew up in the project, so don't talk to me. I can't be in the NFL. I can't do that. No. I'm just going to stand here in my corner and just cry. That's what I'm going to do. But you're right. It takes strength to be able to go through this. Anybody else got any comment? What would you say? What would you say if you saw a piece of paper handed to you and you had to make a decision? If you had to make a decision to hire me, what would you say? Brave. I love it. Love it. What would you say? Faith. I love it. What would you say? Strong. Courage. Right. Y'all a good group. Y'all a real good group because that's exactly what happened to me going through some of these situations. Right? So, now, what would you say was my #1 dream growing up? What do you think I wanted to do? Be a football player. That's what I wanted to do. That's how I want to do. So now, so here's what we're going to do here, right? I told you we're going to talk about leadership. So here's my background right here. Here's my background. Okay, now, so I'm trying to get somewhere over here. Where are you trying to get to? Where do you want to be when you grow up? So let's get this down. Let's write this down because we're going somewhere today. So who can tell me? Where are you trying to go? Who you want to be? Football player. So can I put NFL down there? Okay, so we got NFL. Anyone else? Okay, so NBA. All right. Anybody else? Photographer. Love it. Love it. You got how smooth she was, sweet that sounds. Love it. Love it. Anyone else? Right there. Okay, Vic, I'll put that down for the second room. Okay, anyone else? Love it. Love it. Love it. Anyone else? Oh, okay, baseball. Okay, all right. Fashion, okay. Look at all these visions out here. Okay. In the back. FBI. Okay, perfect. And the lady, the young lady next door. Doctor. Okay, so I put MD down there. Everybody okay with MD? Okay, all right. Sir? Biology. Okay, so science. Okay, I just put bio. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am. Gold medals. Okay, Olympics. So we going to the sports. I just put Olympics. All right. Yes, ma'am. Say it again. Director of what? Okay. Anyone else? Lawyer. Okay, so I want you to go put a check. Where my lawyer at? Times 2. Yes, sir. Detective. All right. Okay. Put a little detective right there. Okay, anyone else? Yes, sir.
Soccer player.
All right, soccer. Okay. Anyone else? Okay, I love that. And you know what? Before we go any more, did I miss anyone? Yes, sir. Shoot, love it. Yes, okay. I'm gonna give you a quick snapshot, right? And it right here, it costs a lot, so you get this in your video. Right there, okay? Shooters, I'll give you a little shit. It's out there. It's out there. People will go buy it. People will go buy it. So we got a design. Softball coach, we got coach, okay? Anyone? Yes, sir. Football player. So can I put NFL? So we just put check, and I will say that too. All right. So good. So let's just make sure we understand where we are. So here's where I grew up. This is my background, and I think a lot of people in the room say, yeah, I can relate to that. Most in this room, we can relate to that, right? So then you got this is what we're trying to get to. So in between, you got a bridge. Here's the bridge, right? So how are we gonna get from here to over here? Am I making sense so far? All right, now. So one thing I would say off the top is how many of us in this room involved with urban future? Sure. Urban future. Everybody in this room should raise their hands, right? Urban future. So who can tell me why did I ask who's involved with urban future as it relates to this right here? Why would I ask you, if we trying to go from here to here, why would I be asking about urban future? Yes, ma'am. They can help me. That's right. Absolutely. You hear what she said? She said because urban future can help me. Absolutely right. That's the role of urban future, is to do what? To make sure that we get the resources we need to go from here to here. But how does that happen now? If I stop, right? If I stop right now getting involved with urban future, what's going to happen? What's going to happen is you're going to take away a resource, right? You're going to take away a resource that can help you out. It's going to be a resource that can help you out. So you want to stick with urban future, not just in middle school, but in oh, y'all sharp. Good. Why? Why? What's in it for you? Why would you want to do that? Right. Right. Now, let me ask you another equation. Who else in your household is important to make sure that we get the most out of urban future? Who else in the household? Your mom, right? So we need your help. we need your help. We need your help to make sure we have meetings. There, who's there? Mama. Mama is the key. Make sure you go home to mama and say, that tall guy, that football player said, Mama, we got to be there. So what? Mama, don't you meet me there. Beat me there this time. Right? So I'm going to be there in the morning. Anybody else going to be there tomorrow morning? I'm going to be there tomorrow morning. Y'all going to be there tomorrow morning? The tall guy going to be here. You work? Say that again. At the meeting. There's a meeting in the morning. Mom and dad got to be there. Just make sure you mention to mom and dad. Mom, you got the schedule for Urban Future because I want to make sure you're there. Because I don't want to miss out. Because how many else moms are going to be involved in it? So you don't want your mom to miss out, right? So are we, so far we on the same page? So far we on the same page. Two things, right? Urban Future, right off the top. You got a resource that no other kids in here got. Right? You involved in Urban Future. Take advantage of it. Make sure mom's involved. So you got that bridge. So now let me start to talk about how I was able to go from here to here. So the first thing I'm going to say to you is this. First thing is you got to have what? You got to have a vision. So remember all you said, NFL, NBA, photo, lawyer, MLB, fashion with the shoes, detective, FBI, doctor, biologist. What my guy say? I just want to make a lot of money and be happy, right? That's what you say, right? Right? Nothing wrong with that. Matter of fact, some of the great advice I heard was this. Someone told me that if you want to have a happy life, here's what you do. You make sure you figure out what it is you love to do. So, y'all say y'all love to do this. And then do what? Get paid for it. Figure out what it is you love to do because you're always going to be happy. Right? You're going to be happy. You're not going to look at that as work. If you're in the NFL catching touchdowns, big man, you thinking about work? Is that work to you or is that fun? Right. If you designing that shoe, what my shoe guy at? What my shoe guy? Right. If you designing that shoe, you looking at that as work or you saying, nah, keep the money, I love that, right? Yeah. So, greatest advice I heard was figure out what you love to do and find a way to make money. You'll never work a day in your life. You'll never work a day in your life. Okay? So I appreciate you pulling that out. Now, let's start with what I said about a vision. So the first thing you do is you got to have a vision. So here's what I did in college. So I too want to be an NFL player. I too want to be there. So my mom dropped me off in college. This is what I did. I took out a blank piece of paper. And I wrote down every single thing I could think of on what I could accomplish in college. I wrote down All-American, Dean's List. Who can tell me what Dean's List is? Right, something like that. There you go. Academic awards. You got good grades. That's what the Dean's List was. I put down all conference, 4 or 5 in the 40, drafted in the NFL, undergrad degree, master's degree. I laid it all out just like this. So what happens is this. You're going to have what they call haters or dream killers that's going to come in and try to distract you from doing that. So this is what my teammates did. My teammates, I'm football, I'm on scholarship. They walk. That's what you want to do? You going to do that? Man, you can't do that. You can't. That's what happened. I'm telling you, that's what happened. They came in and looked at that and said, man, that's a joke. That's the funniest thing I ever seen. Well, see what? That motivated me. I said, oh, okay. So y'all think I can't do that, right? So here's what I did every morning. So I go back to my shoe design. How bad do you want to be a shoe designer? How important is it? Anybody know a guy by the name of Kobe Bryant? Anybody know that name, Kobe Bryant? Is Kobe Bryant talented? When you say he's real talented, a real good basketball player? Let me tell you what Kobe Bryant do every single day. He shoots 1,000 shots a day. 1,000 shots a day. You know how many shots that is? 1,000 shots? 1,000 shots a day. Why am I telling you this? I'm asking you, shoe designer, how bad do you want it? My lawyer, how bad do you want it? Anybody know a guy by the name of Tiger Woods? Anybody heard that name before? Now, before Tiger Woods got into all this trouble, footnote, I want you to hear me out for a second. Before Tiger Woods got into all this trouble, when he was at his best, here's what would happen. Tiger Woods at the Masters. He on the last hole, he wins the Masters. So after the Masters, he wins it, what happens? They go to interview, they give them an award, right? So what you gonna do after you win? Tell me what you gonna do. Cry? What else you gonna do?
Celebrate.
Celebrate, right. That's what we gonna do, not Tiger Woods. Not Tiger Woods. Let me tell you what Tiger Woods did. Tiger Woods went through his obligations to going through the interview. He said, he told his trainer, give me the video of the tournament. I want to see every hole. So he put it on. Look.
Oh man, you see that 17 hole? You see that slings? Hey, play that back. Play that back.
Oh man, that's not good. Hey, can you get the golf course open? I didn't go back on that. The same night he won the Masters, he was out there working when he just won. My question to you is this. You say you want to be in the NBA. You say you want to be in the NFL. You say you want to be a photographer. But how bad do you want it? Nothing is going to be given to you. I go back to my story. I had every excuse in the world. I'm poor. I live in the project. My dad is not around. I got every excuse in the book to say, I can't do this. Well, who controls that? My mom, my dad, or there you go. There you go. So, vision. Someone told me vision is what? Foresight. With insight based on hindsight. Y'all didn't catch that, did you? Vision. Foresight. With insight based on hindsight.
Oh.
I love to respond. I love to engage. We're going to have some fun today. I love it. Let me explain to you what I mean. Hindsight. Hindsight is your past. Hindsight, for me, I grew up in a lower income community, in the projects, no dad, mom had to overcome cancer. But you know what it was doing? You know what all that was doing for me? Like what someone said, courage, strength. What it was doing, it would get me ready for the NFL. It would get me ready for, as Mr. Frank said, now this guy's the executive for a big time company. You don't know I work for three of the biggest corporations in the world. Anybody heard of Walmart? I'm right there that work for Walmart. Anybody heard of the Boeing company that makes the big planes? That was me. Anybody heard of Young Brands, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, KFC, Long John Silver? That was me. That was me. I'm working in all these corporations. All these corporations, right? So hindsight. Hindsight gets you ready for now. So some of us got single parent households. Some of us grew up poor, but don't you get mad at that. Don't you say, I don't like that. No, you embrace it because it's getting you ready for something. It's getting you ready. That's what I see. I see a future photographer. I see future lawyers. I see future NFL players. I see art. Talk to me. Talk to me, artists. Talk to me. That's where it starts. You got to speak your destination. You got to speak into the distance. When nobody else see it, you got to be able to see it. I don't care what you say, Jamal, tall guy. I'm going to be an artist. I'm going to be an artist. Now, you got to be careful with that because here's what happens. You got giraffes in life and you got turtles in life. That's right saying, what does this man mean? So, let me ask you a question. Don't worry, no harm. No harm. You won't get this right. I saw the reaction right. I said, oh, I got to reverse this thing a little bit and then bring it back. So, talk to me a little bit. So, I'm a turtle, right? So, help me out. Tell the folks down there, me as a turtle. Tell me what I can see down here as a turtle. What can I see? What else can I see? Right. Anything else I can see? That's right. That's all I can see. Anybody else? Right. Okay. All right. Now listen to me. Now follow me. So y'all told me I can see the ground. Y'all told me I can see crusty toes. I'm just telling you what they told me down there, right? You know what they told me down there. So listen to me for a second. So now I'm a turtle. I'm a turtle. So that's all I can see. Someone told me that you make a living from the level of your vision. So if I'm a turtle, what can I eat? Man, what else can I eat? What else can I eat? All right, perfect. Now, okay, so now we got the turtle. We got the turtle down, okay? Now, I'm trying to help you see where I'm going here. So now we got the giraffe. Here comes the giraffe. So I know y'all saying it kind of look like a giraffe. Right? So I'm a giraffe. Tell me what I can see out there. What can I see? Everything. So turtle, giraffe. Which one you gonna choose? Giraffe. The giraffe, right? Well, look. How do you become a giraffe? How do you able to see everything and people want you?
Oh, you got to get up to get water.
Go ahead. You got to make things the way you want. So y'all just told me I really don't want a turtle. I don't want a turtle. I want to be, in other words, what you're saying, you want people to want you, right? Right. How do you do that? How do you do that? What can you do right now to make people want you when you back? What can you do? I'm listening. This ain't hard. What can you do? Right now, what can you do? What can you do? You really want it, right? So that's work ethic. What, sir? Work hard. Yep. What else? Listen, right? What else? Love it. So I love the work ethic part, but what are you doing right now? Where are you at? But what is it called? What's this right here? School, right? It's called education. It's called education. The smarter you are, the more valuable you are, right? The more valuable. You can control that. You can control your education. I'm going to talk about that in a second. So you got the giraffe and you got the turtle, right? You got the turtle. So someone told me this. They said that you will endanger your position if you lower your perspective. If you lower your perspective. I know that was a lot. Let me tell you what I mean by that. If I'm a giraffe and I'm up here and I can see all this stuff, why would I go ask the turtle about being a giraffe? Why would I go do that? Well, let me tell you why someone would do that. That's my friend right there. That's my friend. So I'm going to go ask my friend. Your friend don't understand where you're trying to go. So they don't understand what they're going to say to you. Oh, you can't be a shoe designer. You can't be a shoe designer because we never seen it in our neighborhood. We never seen that like that. What you talking about, shoe designer? What you talking about, photographer? We never seen that before. So that's why you got to be careful about letting turtles tell you what you can do. Because you giraffe, y'all raise your hands and say y'all giraffe. So if nobody in my family's been a photographer, why am I go over there and say, well, you think I can be a photographer? They don't know. They don't know what's in here. You can't measure this right here. Am I making sense? Y'all need me to leave right now? Am I bored? I'm just making sure. Y'all got that freedom. It's about you. So am I making sense? Giraffe, turtle. If you're a giraffe, don't you let that turtle suck you down because they don't understand. Now, just so we're on the same page, if I pick that turtle up and put him on my shoulder, you think they still understand what it's like being a giraffe? No, they're not going to understand. They just going to be on the shoulder. They're going to be scared because they ain't never seen that before. You got me way up here. Right? That's what they're going to say. Oh, I'm scared because I've never been up there before. What's number one? You got to have courage. Vision. Come on, man. Y'all got to help me out. Vision. We're trying to go from here to here. We're trying to go from here to here. We got to have a vision. So what I challenge you to do when you leave here today, my shoe designer, I need you to write that down. My photo photographer, I need you to write that down. My MDs, I need you to write NFL play. I need you to put it next to your bed. So you get up, you know where you're going. You know where you're going. So somebody come and try to bamboozle you and say, hey man, come and get a drink with me. Come and smoke weed. Well, shoot, I'm trying to be a photographer. So if you want me to go smoke some weed, how that get me to be a photographer? No, we can't do that. No, we can't do that. Oh, you want me to bad mouth my teacher for a second, but they gonna get me kicked out of school, but I need my education to be a photographer. Make sense? Yeah? Okay. Vision. Number one, vision. All right, second thing we got to do here, second thing is we have to be learners. We have to be learners. That's the second thing. So going back to the education, out of all the stuff I did, my education was the number one thing that changed my life. And just so we talking on the same page, is anybody in this room been told that they should not have education today? Elementary school, middle school, high school. Anybody been told that? Teacher. Y'all know why I asked that question? So you can't give me an excuse. You can't tell me I can't do it. No, everybody can get an education. That's the one thing you got that you can control. And if I know what I know today, if you know what I know, anybody that try to stop you from doing well, remove them from the equation. Because I can promise you this, if you go into the NFL, the NBA, any of this, it's going to require a degree. It's going to require a degree. I didn't say money, I said a degree. If you're serious about it, it starts with your education. That's the only thing you can control. And that's what changed my life. The one thing my mom always echoed in there, if you want to change the game, you change it through your education. Now you probably saying, why? I go back to the giraffe and turtle again. I go back to the giraffe and turtle. When I was a turtle, didn't understand, I'm down here, I can't see what's going on, right? But then all of a sudden, what? I got a degree in pre-law. I got a master's degree in HR, a master's degree in relations. Guess what happened then? Them big corporations said, we want this guy. We want this guy. We want to hire him for my corporation. I want him because he got value. Anybody in this room got a master's degree, 2 master's degrees, pre-law degree? Why am I saying that? Because see, I separated myself. See how I separated myself? So I got a skill that no one in this room has. So corporations want that. But if we all got the same thing, I can pick. So how you gonna separate yourself? How you gonna separate? How you gonna make it better? Talk to me. Right, being different. That's not different with your pants sagging. That ain't different. Right, not from that standpoint. You can be different, but you want to be different with value. Right, that makes sense. So vision, education, right? Education, learning. Now the other thing about learning, you have to be careful because some people think that, well, in order for me to learn, I got to learn from a vice president or I got to learn from a principal. No, someone gave me this quote and I thought it was one of the best quotes ever. The quote said this, it said, the world is our university. You heard it before? Well, y'all say it, then go ahead. Well, help me out. Somebody said they heard it. Talk to me. Oh. I thought y'all were going somewhere with me, man. I don't mind sharing the stage. Okay, so here we go. The world is our university. And everyone we meet is our teacher. And when you wake up every day, make sure you go to school. There you go. That's the power of it. Hey, and since y'all recite, can I share one more thing? Y'all mind working with me a little bit? All right, here we go. Now, y'all gonna do it. Let's go ahead and wake up this wing, and this wing. Here we go. Repeat after me. There is nothing I cannot do.
There's nothing I cannot do.
If I have a mind to.
If I have a mind to.
A mighty will.
A mighty will.
And the belief in myself.
And the belief in myself.
Therefore, I am invincible.
I am invincible.
Oh, if I believe.
Oh, if I believe.
I can achieve.
I can achieve.
So today, I can, and I will, put my best foot forward. Turn to your neighbor and say, because I am somebody.
I am somebody.
One more time for him.
Because I am somebody.
Give him a hand. Give him a hand. Give yourself a hand. Hey, excellent group. Excellent group. Y'all bringing out stuff that I hadn't brought out before, so it's good. I want to stay on time. Frank, how much time I got?
One moment. How much time does he have?
20. Okay, I'll make sure I'm on time. Got to respect the time. So we got vision, right? We got education. We got education. Now, just so we bring home the point on education, the way I make money today, it's amazing. When do you think I learned about ABCs and 1, 2, 3? When y'all think I learned this? Preschool. Absolutely. Preschool. Now, listen to this now. The way I make money today is I always use, there's not a day that goes by I don't use my ABCs and my 1, 2, 3. That's what I get paid for, using my ABCs and my 1, 2, 3. Y'all don't believe me? Here we go. A is for an outstanding attitude. B is for the best of us and the blessed of us must take care of the rest of us. C is for we must always protect our character no matter what. D is for the determination that we must have when this world knocks us down and we must get back up. E is for we must always be ethical, no matter what. F is for we must always protect our F, families. G is for the greatness that lies within each of us. H is for hello. I mean, hola, konnichiwa, bonjour, ni hao, ciao, guten, assalamu alaikum, mahaba. I is for the impact that each one of us will make on society. J is for and not Jerome when you say my name. K is for the kindness that we must give to every single person that comes into our space. L is for the love and the laughter that we must seek in order to balance out our hate lives. M is for, did y'all hear that? Money. And there you go. Money. All right. N is for never give up. O is for the endless opportunities that we will have to make a difference in someone else's life. P is for the perseverance that we must have when this world knocks us down and we must get back up. Q is for we must always question every single thing that we feel in our gut that's not right. R is for in order to get respect, we must give respect. There you go. S is for we must constantly seek ways to develop and grow and get better. T is for we must always think before we respond. It may something not only change our lives, but it may save our lives. U is for the unity that we must have in order to be successful collectively as a group. V is for the value that each one of us brings to the table. W is for when, what's important now. X is for the extra effort that we must give to go from $1 to $2 from the turtle to the giraffe. Y is for you, and you are what? In control of your own destiny. And Z is for what? The zeal that lies within each of us. What did I say? Extra. Read all around. Those are my ABCs. What y'all think? We got vision, we got education, and then we're going to go, for the sake of time, we're going to skip over a couple, we're going to go to adversity. We're going to go through adversity. My mom said there are 3 guarantees in life. We will die. Listen to me. Get 3 guarantees in life. We will die. We will pay taxes. And we will face adversity. Anybody here can tell me what adversity is? Tell me something you've been through that you would say is adversity. Anybody been through adversity? I'm looking for an example. Anybody been through adversity? My mom almost passed when she had cancer. My dad wasn't in. I grew up poor. I grew up in the prime. Everybody got an example? What kind of example you got? Okay. Your mom had cancer. That's big. How's she doing? That's what I'm talking about. Let's give her a hand. That's big. That's adversity. Now, has anybody in this room have been through adversity? Anybody in the room that has not been through adversity, raise your hand. Adversity. Anybody in this room has not been? So that's my point. It's a guarantee you will face adversity. Don't complain about it because it's going to come. Adversity is going to come. In 31, he failed in business. 32, he defeated 6, let's say. 33, he failed in business again. 35, his fiance died. 36, he had a nervous breakdown. 42, defeated in Congress. 48, defeated in Congress. 55, defeated in Senate. 58, defeated in Senate. Finally, 1860, Abraham Lincoln becomes what? Our 16th president. Why? Because he refused to give up until they called him what? President Lincoln. President Lincoln. Did you know that some of the eagles out there go through adversity? What happens is this. Their beak becomes hardened where they can't smell. Their feathers become oily and tarnished to where they can't soar. So what happens is they have to fly away, seclude themselves, strip away the beak, strip away the feathers, and they got to sit and wait until everything comes back. And you probably saying that don't make sense. Well, let me tell you, I was an Eagle. Poor, I had to wait my time for some money, some opportunity, so we can get a little bit better life. I lived in the project, so I had to sit and wait and do my part to get out of the project. So we all Eagles in here. Well, what happened with the Eagles is, those that go through the process, they get double for the trouble. What am I saying? Don't run from adversity. Don't run from it. It builds character. You want to know who you are as a person? Look yourself in the mirror when things go wrong. What do you do? What do you do when things don't go your way? Do you cry? Do you pout? Or do you say, I will overcome? I shall overcome. I'm going to figure a way. I'm going to get this going. You got to do yes, sir. You can do that too. Absolutely. And off the record, I do that a whole lot. So anyway, let's keep going here on adversity. Why do we respect the great ones? Because of how they handle adversity. You see, you show me someone who's going blind, and I'll show you Steve. You show me someone whose family members didn't do them right, I'll show you her way. You show me someone Busch Middle School who was cut in his high school basketball team,